Welcome back to The Goddess Returns, the podcast where we reclaim the sky from the patriarchy and put women back at the center of the stars. I'm Zara.
And I'm May. Tonight we're doing something we've wanted to do for a long time, a full feminist reading of astrology itself.
I'm Rosa, and we're going to look at how the ancient sky was stolen, how the moon and Venus and Lilith were flattened, and how we take them back.
I'm Amara. Grab your tea, light a candle, and let's begin. This is the story of the goddess who never left.
Chapter 1. Reclaiming the Goddess. Before the sky was a list of rules, it was a family. A living, breathing story of mothers and daughters, lovers and rivals.
The oldest astrological traditions we know, from Sumer to Babylon, were built on goddesses. Inanna, Ishtar, Isis, Hathor. The sky was female before it was anything else.
And then, over centuries, the goddesses were demoted to wives, to daughters, to the moon that merely reflects the sun's light. Sound familiar?
It's the same story told about women everywhere. The sun became the king, the active principle, the spirit. The moon became the passive, the receptive, the body.
But here's the thing we forget. In the oldest layers, the moon was not passive. She was the measurer of time, the keeper of cycles, the one who knew when to plant and when to harvest.
The moon was the first calendar. Women tracked her phases because they tracked their own bodies. The month, the menses, the moon. Same word, same rhythm.
So when we read a chart, we're not reading a hierarchy. We're reading a conversation. Every planet is a voice, and no voice is the lesser one.
That's the foundation of everything we're going to say tonight. Astrology is not a ladder. It's a web, and webs are held together by every single thread.
Chapter 2. The Moon and the Body. Let's talk about the most personal planet in the chart, the one that lives closest to our skin.
The moon rules our needs, our instincts, our emotional weather. In a feminist astrology, the moon is not weakness. The moon is intelligence of a different kind.
It's the intelligence of the body. The moon knows things before the mind catches up. She's the gut feeling, the sudden tears, the inexplicable knowing.
And she's cyclical. Just like us. The moon waxes and wanes, and so do we. Our energy, our desire, our clarity all move in waves.
So many women have been told their cycles make them unreliable. We say the opposite. Your cycle is a superpower. It's a built-in navigation system.
In the new moon, you plant. In the waxing moon, you build. At the full moon, you harvest and celebrate. In the waning moon, you release and rest.
When you read your moon sign, don't ask what's wrong with me. Ask what do I need to feel safe, to feel held, to feel at home in my own body.
Your moon is not your weakness. Your moon is your home. And no one gets to tell you that home is less important than the castle on the hill.
Chapter 3. Venus and Desire. Venus has been reduced to romance and beauty. But Venus is so much bigger than that.
Venus is what we value, what we love, what we find beautiful. And in a feminist astrology, Venus is also what we desire and how we allow ourselves to want.
Women have been taught that wanting is greedy. That desire is dangerous. That to be good is to be small and quiet and satisfied with little.
Venus says no. Venus says, you're allowed to want. You're allowed to take up space. You're allowed to love what you love without apology.
Your Venus sign tells you how you love, yes. But it also tells you how you value yourself. How you spend your energy. What you refuse to compromise on.
And Venus rules money, too. The things we value, we invest in. A feminist reading of Venus asks, are you investing in yourself, or only in everyone else?
Desire is not a flaw. Desire is a compass. It points toward what your soul actually wants, beneath all the shoulds and the oughts.
So tonight, look at your Venus. And ask her, what do you want? And then, for once, believe her when she answers.
Chapter 4. Lilith and the Shadow. Every woman knows the story of the difficult woman. The one who wouldn't lie down. The one who said no.
In astrology, that woman has a name, Lilith. She's the point in the chart that marks the wild, untamed, unapologetic self.
Lilith is the part of us that refuses to be convenient. The anger we swallow, the voice we silence, the boundary we're afraid to set.
And here's the radical part. Lilith is not something to be fixed. Lilith is something to be reclaimed. She is our power, stored in the shadow.
When Lilith is strong in your chart, you are not too much. You are exactly enough, and the world just isn't ready for you yet.
The shadow is not the enemy. The shadow is the part of us we exiled because it scared other people. And it's time to bring her home.
So find your Lilith. Find the place in your chart where you've been told to shrink. And then, grow. Grow until you take up all the room you were always meant to.
Lilith is not your curse. Lilith is your crown. Wear her.
Chapter 5. The women they erased from astrology's history. Because the story you were told? It's missing half the sky.
Hypatia of Alexandria, one of the greatest mathematicians and astronomers of the ancient world, was murdered for her knowledge. She was a woman of the stars.
In the medieval and Renaissance courts, women astrologers and physicians worked in the shadows, reading charts and healing bodies when they were forbidden from the universities.
And in the modern era, it was women who carried astrology into the mainstream. Evangeline Adams, who built a practice in New York and fought for astrology's legitimacy in court.
Linda Goodman, whose book Sun Signs in 1968 made astrology accessible to millions. A woman who wrote the sky in plain, warm, human language.
And we can't forget the women who kept the old ways alive. The grandmothers, the midwives, the healers who read the moon and the seasons without ever writing a book.
Astrology was never a boys' club. It was a women's tradition that men tried to claim. And we are here to take it back, with love and with fire.
So when you study the stars, know that you stand on the shoulders of women who were burned, silenced, and erased. And they are cheering for you.
Chapter 6. How to read a chart like a feminist. Because the way we were taught to read charts? It's full of bias we never questioned.
First, no planet is good or bad. Mars is not aggression, it's assertion. Saturn is not punishment, it's structure and earned authority.
Second, the moon is not less than the sun. The sun is your vitality, the moon is your soul. They are equal partners, not master and servant.
Third, don't read a woman's chart through the lens of what she should be. Read it through the lens of who she actually is and what she actually wants.
Fourth, the houses are not boxes. The seventh house is not the husband. It's partnership, in all its forms. The fifth house is not the children. It's joy and creation.
Fifth, a woman's Mars is not unfeminine. A woman's Saturn is not cold. A woman's ambition is not too much. These are gifts, not flaws.
And sixth, always, always ask the person whose chart it is. You are not the expert on their life. They are. You are the translator, not the judge.
A feminist chart reading is not about predicting. It's about empowering. It's about saying, here is your sky, and it is yours. You are the author of it.
Chapter 7. The moon in every sign, and what she needs. Because every moon is valid, and every moon deserves to be understood.
Moon in Aries needs to move, to act, to feel the fire of her own courage. She needs permission to be first, to be direct, to be fierce.
Moon in Taurus needs safety, sensuality, and slow pleasure. She needs to know that her body is a sanctuary, not a battleground.
Moon in Gemini needs to talk, to learn, to be heard. She needs a mind that is free to wander and a voice that is free to speak.
Moon in Cancer, the moon's own home, needs to nurture and be nurtured. She needs to know that her softness is strength, not weakness.
Moon in Leo needs to shine, to create, to be seen. She needs to know that her light is not arrogance, it is her birthright.
Moon in Virgo needs to be useful, to serve, to perfect. She needs to know that her worth is not measured by her productivity.
Moon in Libra needs harmony, beauty, and partnership. She needs to know that her peace is not the same as people-pleasing.
Moon in Scorpio needs depth, truth, and transformation. She needs to know that her intensity is not too much, it is her power.
Moon in Sagittarius needs freedom, adventure, and meaning. She needs to know that her restlessness is a quest, not a flaw.
Moon in Capricorn needs structure, achievement, and respect. She needs to know that her ambition is not cold, it is her armor and her gift.
Moon in Aquarius needs community, independence, and the future. She needs to know that her difference is not isolation, it is her vision.
And Moon in Pisces needs dreams, compassion, and the ocean. She needs to know that her sensitivity is not weakness, it is her superpower.
Every moon is a goddess. Every moon deserves to be honored. And every one of us deserves to be at home in our own sky.
Chapter 8. Venus and Mars, Reclaimed. The old astrology told us Venus is woman and Mars is man. We're here to burn that book.
Venus and Mars are in all of us. Every chart has both. They are not genders, they are energies. And we all contain the full spectrum.
Venus is connection, value, desire, art. Mars is assertion, courage, drive, will. You need both to be whole. We all do.
A woman with a strong Mars is not masculine. She is a woman who knows how to fight for what she loves. And that is beautiful.
A man with a strong Venus is not weak. He is a man who knows how to love, to feel, to create. And that is beautiful too.
The sky does not care about your gender. The sky gives everyone the same planets. The question is not what are you supposed to be, but what are you here to become.
So reclaim your Mars, reclaim your Venus, reclaim every planet in your chart, no matter what anyone told you they mean for someone like you.
The stars are not a cage. They are a map, and the map is yours to draw on.
Chapter 9. The houses, decolonize. The houses are the areas of life, and the old readings of them are full of assumptions we need to question.
The seventh house is not the marriage house. It is the house of the other, of partnership, of the mirror. It can be a spouse, a business partner, a best friend, or your own reflection.
The fifth house is not the children house. It is the house of creation, of play, of joy. It is where you make art, where you fall in love with life, where you are unapologetically yourself.
The 10th house is not the career house in the narrow sense. It is your contribution, your legacy, the mark you leave on the world. And that can look like 1,000 different things.
The fourth house is not the mother house in the old, limiting way. It is home, roots, the inner sanctuary. It is where you belong to yourself.
When we decolonize the houses, we stop telling people what their life should look like. We start asking them what their life actually is, and honoring that.
Your chart is not a script you have to follow. It is a language you get to speak. And you get to decide what each house means in your own life.
The sky is not a prison sentence. It is a poem, and you are the one writing it.
Chapter 10. The future is feminine. We've spent this whole episode reclaiming the past. Now let's look at what's coming.
Astrologers have long noted that we are moving through an era of the great feminine return. The rise of the goddess, the healing of the divine feminine, the rebalancing of power.
We see it in the collective, the reckoning with patriarchal structures, the demand for bodily autonomy, the honoring of intuition and emotion and the cycles of the earth.
This is not about women ruling over men. It is about balance. It is about the return of the qualities we exiled. Receptivity, intuition, care, connection, the sacred feminine.
And it is about every one of us, regardless of gender, reclaiming the parts of ourselves we were told to hide. The soft and the fierce, the moon and the sun.
The future is not a battle between masculine and feminine. It is a dance. And the dance is only beautiful when both partners are free.
So as the stars turn, know this: you are not too much. You are not too soft. You are not too loud. You are exactly the medicine the world needs.
The goddess never left. She was just waiting for us to be ready to see her. And now, we are.
And that brings us to the end of tonight's episode of The Goddess Returns.
Thank you for listening, for reclaiming your sky, and for being exactly who you are.
If this episode moved you, share it with a woman you love. And then go look at your own chart, and honor your own moon.
Until next time, remember, the stars are not above you. They are within you, and you are the author of your own sky.
This has been the Goddess Returns. We'll see you under the next full moon.